Hello, welcome to another fight review. This is Amir versus Canelo Alvarez. So this past weekend, Canelo Alvarez faced off against Amir at catch weight of £155 for the WBC and Ring Magazine middleweight titles. It's no point in sort of trying to describe Canelo Alvarez or Amir because they're both very well known fighters now. They've both been around for a number of years and both big names. And it's an exciting fight on paper, but obviously, if you do follow boxing, everyone knows Amir Khan is currently in the welterweight division, whereas Canelo Alvarez is in the middleweight division. And obviously, it's two different weight classes difference, and many people, including myself, questioned why Canelo Alvarez is fighting Amir Khan, who's a welterweight, and he isn't fighting anyone who is in his same weight class or even a light middleweight. It's better to pick someone who's only got a few pounds less than someone who's got, I don't know, over £10 less or something silly like that. So anyway, the fight was made, the challenge was presented to Amir Khan, and of course, knowing Amir Khan, he didn't say no to it. His last performance was against Chris Algieri in May 2015, so basically took a year out to prepare for the fight. And you could see over the course, obviously, of the training camp, he'd been in the gym for a long while, packing on muscle and just gaining weight because obviously it was a new weight class for him. And I never really was convinced with his training. I'm not obviously a boxer. I mean, I might know what I'm talking about with these sort of videos, but obviously I'm no like weight person, nothing like that. I don't know what that really is, to be honest. I can't really say much about that. But when I saw his sort of body to develop over the course of the year, I mean, yeah, obviously he gained muscle and weight and definition, but he didn't look sort of solid. I mean, if you look at Canelo Alvarez, he's definitely a middleweight fighter. He's got the frame to hold the weight as well, and he's got the definition as well, and the muscle. Whereas Khan probably lacks the definition and the sort of convincing look to be a middleweight. So anyway, it was obviously scheduled for the new T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And of course, Amir Khan going into it was on like a five fight win streak under his new trainer Virgil Hunter. Of course, obviously is Andrew Ward as a trainer, and I was concerned about Amir Khan because he's been knocked out 3 times out of his 4 losses. He doesn't really have sort of one punch knockout power. I mean, he's got a good punch in him, but he relies on his speed, movement, and his natural quickness. Canelo Alvarez is obviously a powerful fighter. It's not the fastest, but he's got good combinations. He knows what he's doing. Obviously, he lost to Floyd Mayweather back in 2013, and he got exposed badly because of Mayweather's natural ability to nullify Canelo Alvarez's best assets, using his movement, his quick counter punching, and his speed. And that's the one thing going into this fight. I did think that Amir Khan would have the advantage over, and I think the only way I could see him winning the fight was if he just used his speed for the whole 12 rounds, use his quickness just to get in and out. Because people know he can do it, but the question would be, could he be able to do it? And of course the answer was no. In the first 4 rounds, Amir Khan I wouldn't say dominated. He was winning the fight, and he was out punching him, and he was using his quickness and hand speed, and he did expose Alvarez again, similar to Mayweather, but not in the same, I guess, extent. Whereas Mayweather, it was quite clear really quickly that Mayweather was a class above Alvarez, whereas in this fight you could tell obviously Amir Khan had the speed, had the quickness, but you knew that if Alvarez hit him clean with a flush shot to the head, he knew Khan was in trouble. And in the 5th round, Khan got cut, I think it was on his cheek, and he was struggling a little bit. He was still in the fight, but you could tell the cuts all bothered him, and he wasn't sort of throwing all the hand speed as he was in the previous rounds. So going to the 6th round, some people were saying he won 5 rounds out of 5. Some people say he won 3, and then he lost 2, and he won 4, and he lost 1. So it's all up for debate. I personally think he won 4, and he lost the 5th round because Alvarez got the telling blow. So obviously in the 6th round, Amir Khan lost concentration for a split second, threw a couple of lazy jabs. Alvarez came with a huge right hand over the top, caught Khan flush on the chin, and down he went. And literally the fight was called off straight away. There was no point counting, and he was just flat, knocked out straight away, and the fight was over. So obviously with this, Amir Khan loses again, which obviously is his 4th loss. To be fair, this fight, you can't really say too much bad about Khan, because look at his previous losses against Boris Prescott, Lamont Peterson, Danny Garcia, and now Canelo Alvarez. I mean, the previous three were in his same weight class, and they were, I guess, they were decent fighters, and obviously just made mistakes in the Prescott and Garcia fight. The Lamont Peterson fight back in 2011 was controversial. You can see that otherwise. With this fight, he showed his bottle to go up 2 weight classes, to go against someone who's got a dangerous punch. Everyone knows Amir Khan hasn't got the best chin in the world. He's tough. He's got a good heart, and he's got good resilience. So in the way that he'll get knocked down, but he'll also try and get up again. But with this, it was always going to be a hard challenge, and you have to give him credit, because he did show his worth as a good top quality fighter, but against the wrong person and in the wrong weight class. I mean, look at these previous performances against Luis Collazo, Devin Alexander, and Chris Algieri in the lightweight division. I mean, the last performance against Algieri, it wasn't top quality, but he got the most telling blows. The Devin Alexander win back in 2014 was one of his best performances, probably his best performance. He outboxed Alexander literally every single round, apart from the 9th or 8th round, I think. And the people know, obviously, he can do it. It's just with this fight, it was just the wrong opponent and the wrong weight class. I mean, I heard reports that Canelo Alvarez was 180 pounds, I think, on the night. That's a massive difference. I mean, I think it's like a 20 pound plus weight advantage. That's crazy, but to be fair, you can't really say too much on Khan's behalf. Credit where it's due. He took the challenge, gave it his best, and he come up short. Canelo Alvarez, on the other hand, I mean, he's a middleweight champion, and that's his first defence, and he's had, I think, the last 3 fights have been catch weights. He's a middleweight fighter. I still don't understand how. I said in my previous video about he's a middleweight fighter. How can you not be able to put on 5 more pounds to be a 160-pound fighter when he's been 180 a day after the weigh-in? I don't see that's possible. Well, so you're telling me he can't make 160 in the weigh-ins when he was practically bone dry for the Khan weigh-in? I don't really understand it. So this leads on to my next point, where obviously after they're talking about who you're going to fight next, and obviously everyone's saying Golovkin. He did say Golovkin was there in attendance, that he'll fight him, but obviously that's up for debate. I mean, if he doesn't fight him, I think Canelo will probably get stripped of the belt, and then he'll probably will go off and fight someone else. And then obviously then Golovkin will fight for the vacant belt and become undisputed middleweight champion. To be fair, I did say in my other reviews that Golovkin probably would win, but you never know. They're both excellent fighters, and it can go either way. Now with that loss, Amir Khan has still got his rank first by the WBC in the welterweight division. The current champion, of course, is Danny Garcia. I think he should go for that fight, because I mean, Danny Garcia's got a good punch and he's dangerous, and he's beaten Amir Khan already, so he's got that advantage over him. But I know it's a big but. He was winning against Danny Garcia in the first 2.5 rounds before he got hit with a big shot to the neck, sort of chin area. And I think it'd be a good fight, because Amir Khan is a lot better welterweight, in my opinion, than he was a light welterweight. I mean, I know he picked up a few belts along the way, beating some good fighters, but he just seems a lot more comfortable at 147. I mean, the Devin Alexander win was proof of that. I mean, Devin Alexander, he hasn't got the best punch in the world in terms of power, but he's a good, tricky, former 2-weight world champion. No mug, he's a good fighter, and he made him look like a novice. So there's evidence for Khan that he can actually win world titles at 147. Of course, there's still that domestic rivalry with Kell Brook, who's RBF champion, but Khan's come out and said that he doesn't want to fight Kell Brook, which I think is a bit silly, because just put the rivalry to the side and just fight him. I mean, world title, that'd be a huge fight back in England. You can set out Wembley Stadium or some big football ground or big venue across the UK. They got sold out straight away. 2 top quality fighters, obviously both English as well. I mean, how can you say no to that? But many fights over the years haven't been finalised for whatever reason. So, but Khan's got options. He could stay in the middleweight division, but I don't think that would be helping very well. He could go down one, go to the light middleweight division, but again, is there any fights out there that really worthwhile for him? But I still think the welterweight division is the easiest, well, the most obvious solution for him, because he's got potentially 2 world title fights he could pick from, and I still think he's one of the best fighters in the welterweight division, regardless of the defeat. I don't really know how many welterweight fighters currently would go up to the middleweight division and go against Canelo Alvarez and withstand the punch that Khan did. But obviously, I'm no boxer. I mean, Khan probably doesn't have the best punch resistance. So anyway, let me know what you thought of the Khan Alvarez fight down below, and I'll see you in the next video.